sanity or equality in our state. First of all, we need to fund fully our public schools. We need to fund all of our schools. We need to level the playing field for students all across the state, regardless of their zip code or their skin color. We need to fix our broken subway. We need to prioritize this. How can Governor Cuomo have been asleep at the wheel for so long on this? The New York City subway is literally what our city runs on. If you allow the subway to die, the city of New York will die with it, and right now it is on life support. We need to take on developers and landlords, and we need to make housing affordable again. Next year in the city, our rent laws are expiring. I know, I'm upset about it too. Our rent laws are expiring, and we need to not only renew them, we need to strengthen them, and we need to expand them to protect housing for millions of New Yorkers. We need to make sure that no one in New York suffers because they can't afford health care in this, the richest country in the world. We need to pass a Medicare for all single-payer system. That will ensure New Yorkers, regardless of their income, regardless of their employment status, and regardless of their immigration status. We need to treat the earth as our home and hold fossil fuel billionaires accountable when they poison our communities. We need to convert to 100% renewable energy, and we need to start today, and we need to do it fast. And in doing so, we can save our planet, we can save our people's health, and we can create almost 150,000 good, long-lasting jobs all across this state, starting with those communities that have been the most adversely impacted by environmental pollution from fossil fuel corporations. We need to end mass incarceration in New York State. We need to start by legalizing marijuana. There are so many good reasons to legalize marijuana, but the number one reason is that it's a racial justice issue. We need to end cash bail in New York. We have 25,000 people languishing in New York's jails for months and sometimes years who haven't even been to trial, simply because they can't afford bail. In other words, they are there because they are poor and for no other reason. They are being incentivized to take plea bargains for crimes they may not even have committed. We need to end cash bail now. And if we're going to say that New York is a real sanctuary state, we need to make it one. Yes. We need to, first of all, we need to pass the Liberty Act, just one of the many pieces of legislation that Jan was talking about that has flown by the Assembly and has never even, and has been dead on arrival in the state Senate. The Liberty Act would create a hard impenetrable line between New York law enforcement and Trump's federal ICE agents. We need to stop sharing information. We need to stop making it easier for ICE to come and pick up people and rip families apart and deport them. And we must issue driver's licenses now to all New Yorkers who are qualified to drive, regardless of their immigration status. It is the simplest, it is the quickest, it is the most effective thing that our governor could do right now to slow the staunch of these massive deportations. There are so many things that we need to do in New York. There is so much change that needs to happen, and frankly, we are not going to see it from Andrew Cuomo. In this era of Trump, we need to show our country and we need to show the world that with this Trump divide and conquer discrimination administration, that New Yorkers, as they have done for hundreds of years, that New Yorkers will come together and show there is a better way. There are thousands of progressive people across this country, many of them women, who are running for office for the first time. I am so inspired by them, and I am so humbled to count myself among their ranks. I am Cynthia Nixon, and I love New York, and I love all of New York, and if you do too, I'm asking for your vote, and I'm asking for your endorsement here today. Thank you.